So here's a second little tape of Boomtown Gentrification on 14th Street. All the federal employees spending money to make brand new laws like this. You can see this in other cities too. I was just in Seattle late last year, and I was actually in the equivalent neighborhood to DuPont Circle, which in Seattle is called Capitol Hill. Had the same kind of stuff. But here there's a lot of it. It's all over. It's multiple neighborhoods. So you have that brand new condo, which is something no doubt that looked like that. Central Univision, which is a soup kitchen. We have this brand new condo that the Hoffman's building. You can actually see it. I kind of want to go stick my head in and film it, but I'm afraid they'll get upset. And here you see beside Central Univision, there's some other ratty little building. Been there forever. And somebody's put up a big sign about how it's going to be prime regional space made out of part of the Central Union Mission. And it's going to be available in the second quarter of 2014. If you need that space. Come to me, I'm a realtor. Me personally, that is. So, there's a new bar is opening. Fancy gym. Very fey little store that moved from another part of the neighborhood that sells repurposed furniture. Looks like you can buy plants too. I should probably come buy some if I had any money. Something, a body cement, another part of the gym that's coming. Maybe it's expanding into this empty lot. Here's a building that has a rather tawdry history. Here's a church that I'm sure nobody in this neighborhood actually goes to. It actually happens with all these lovely old churches is all the middle class children, the people who used to go to church here, who were maybe middle class because their parents took them to church, who knows. They're African American who now live in Texas County, come back and go to church on Sunday, and they all park their cars here with their Maryland plates. And nobody from this neighborhood actually goes to the church. And that is only the slightest bit of an exaggeration. These are the original stores. The beauty salon. Wow, Pearl Dive Oyster Place. Palace. Oh, that's new. Whatever this is, Gibellina. Oh, it is new. And they're hiring, like everybody else in this area. Boomtown. This has been around for about 10 years now. It was one of the early gentrifiers. Rice. It's a Thai restaurant. Here's a real sign that there's way too much money here. There's a giant Bang & Olufsen store dedicated just to selling you expensive stereo equipment. And they're not even open by 10:30 in the morning. There's a fancy real estate and fine art. Huh. Well, that's a combination. Here's a school that actually converted to condos at the very beginning of the real estate boom. So the brick on this condo actually now looks slightly worn out because it converted so long ago. The street. What else do we have? For a while this was a international-oriented bookstore. I guess it's about to become something else. It was a real estate company, then it was an international-oriented bookstore that sold maps and global books. That was kind of before the internet. I guess you could find everything you could buy there online now. Drafting table. Some kind of fancy restaurant. I've heard people go into it. Universal Gear. Expensive casual clothes, not particularly good ones, mainly for getaway ones. Title company. An art gallery. A Mitchell Gold and Bob Williams store to sell you expensive furniture. A somewhat fixed-up hole-in-the-wall Chinese restaurant beside an empty lot, beside a building under construction, which means that Chinese restaurant's days are numbered. That's going to become something else soon. Here's Mitchell Gold. So all the people who buy the brand new laws, who are all lawyers for the federal government, who buy these little buildings that belong to some African-American business that's being killed probably by DC regulations, and they get their new loft that they can commute to their EPA job from on the metro, and they come buy this overpriced furniture. Nice. I have some. I actually have a big leather couch from here, but they buy this kind of furniture, and that's what they put in their lot. Fork and fork. It sounds kind of dirty, I think deliberately. It is a wine store. I'm actually wandering here because I'm having my bike repaired since I am demographically somewhat like these yuppies. And I'm going to go buy some overpriced coffee while it's being repaired and upload Gary Johnson videos that I took last night. Here's a fancy Spanish restaurant, Stadio, with very impressive furniture. Look at those tables. I don't know if you can see them. I think there's a reflection. There's a reflection this way too. Actually, I'm going to find another window because those tables are worth seeing. That's a little better. This is one of the oldest theaters in DC. I think it's a studio and not the Signature. Yeah, it's a studio. It's the FedEx store, so all the yuppies and their real estate agents and title attorneys can send off documents to each other. Here's something else under renovation. Here is an Ethiopian restaurant on the corner that is continuing to survive. Exactly. So they got time to there's another building going under. It's going to become something else. So here's sort of ground central for East DuPont, Logan Circle Yuppiedom. It's ground central because it's all banks and coffee stores and restaurants now. They all have a sign in the window saying that they're looking to hire people. It includes a locally owned little hardware store. These are very popular. There's one in Mount Pleasant, there's one in Glover Park, and there's this one. Two of them might even belong to the same couple. But what really, there are a few things that have been forever that are seeming to keep up. So Vegas Lounge has been forever a blues bar. But here's what actually started it. This Whole Foods, which was going to move to Columbia Heights where a new metro had opened up. And a bunch of people who had master's degrees who were urban planners in this neighborhood got together and did a free management consultant analysis that supposedly would have been worth like $100,000 or something if you hired somebody to do it, and showed that there was actually, this was a better neighborhood to locate the first DC Whole Foods in terms of sales. And Mackie and the rest of the people at Whole Foods believed in it. So it's here. I don't walk around in these neighborhoods all the time, so I see property managers and real estate agents walking around as I do this. I haven't seen in 5 or 10 years. They all look so much older. Sometimes it takes me a second to realize who they are. Anyway, there's the Whole Foods. Here's number 9, which used to be called Halo. It was the first smoke-free gay bar. Stoney's has been here for a while. Two banks on this block alone. 2 banks and like over half a dozen restaurants. And a store that sells nothing but yoga apparel. There's a little business that's been here for a while. It seems to be continuing to exist. Sort of yuppie Mexican restaurant, Tortilla Coast, was a paint store, a Duran paint store until a year or two ago. Sweet Green is the place. Other 3 banks. There's a TD Bank, a PNC, and a Wells Fargo. 3 banks on 1 block. Loft condos above, and many, many restaurants, including this. This is a local chain, Lululemon Athletica, which just basically sells yoga gear. Although I'm sure you can use it for other things. And that's it.